All right, let's just jump right into it. This is the question, isn't it? The one that's on everybody's mind, maybe keeping you up at night. Is some algorithm about to make your career obsolete? Well, the simple answer is it's not so simple. But the wake-up call? Oh, it's definitely here.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. A recent report from Microsoft spelled it out in black and white. If your job happens on a computer screen, the ground is shifting under your feet. And it is shifting fast. But look, this isn't about scaring you. This is about getting prepared. Today, we're going to break down exactly what's going on, why it's happening, and, most importantly, how you can turn this whole revolution to your advantage. So, let's get real for a minute about the disruption itself. This isn't some far-off science fiction movie plot anymore. It's happening right now, in real time, across basically every industry. And the numbers, wow, the numbers are pretty eye-opening. That same Microsoft report I mentioned, they identified 40, not 40 jobs, 40 entire job categories tied to computer work that they fully expect will be turned upside down by AI. That's not a ripple, that's a tidal wave. And this right here, this slide really shows you where the fault line is. On one side, you have these digital, repeatable tasks, right? Think entry-level coding, accounting, stuff a computer can learn to do. These are at super high risk. But on the other side, jobs that need you to be physically present, using your hands in the real world. Yeah, those are looking a whole lot more secure. Okay, so why now? Why is all of this happening? It's not just about cool new tech. AI is basically going after one of the biggest weaknesses in our economy, inefficiency. Just think about how many jobs out there are what you could call if this, then that jobs. Roles that just follow a script, a standard operating procedure. An AI agent can now run that playbook perfectly, 24/7, without ever needing a coffee break or a vacation day. For years and years, the answer to pretty much any business problem was just throw more people at it. We literally built entire markets on this idea of human-powered inefficiency. And now, AI is coming in to automate that entire layer right out of existence. All right, enough of the doom and gloom. Let's make the pivot. Because the very same technology that looks like a threat, well, it can actually become your biggest advantage. It's time to stop seeing AI as a threat and start seeing it as your personal toolkit for building superpowers. So let's start with Grok. What's its superpower? It has a direct pipeline into the real-time conversation happening on X, Twitter. So if you want to know what people actually think about a new product, right this second, Grok can scan through thousands of posts and give you that raw, unfiltered truth, like instantly. And then, of course, there's the one we all know and love, ChatGPT. You should think of this as your brilliant, all-purpose Swiss Army knife. It's your go-to for all the daily stuff. You need to take your chaotic meeting notes and make them into a crisp, professional email? Done. It's your universal assistant. But when you need more than just a quick summary, when you need to create really high-quality, thoughtful content, that's when you call in Claude. This tool is an incredible writer. Since it can read and process huge documents, we're talking entire books, it gets context on a really deep level. It's perfect for crafting detailed scripts, smart social media posts, you name it. Look, having these tools is great, but knowing how to talk to them, that's the real game changer. And here's a little secret for you. The magic isn't really in the AI. It's in you. It all comes down to how you ask. So let's break down the formula to get these things to do what you really want. It's this simple 4-step formula. First, you give the AI a role, a persona. Act as an expert copywriter. Next, you give it the backstory, the context. I'm writing an email to my manager who's super busy. Third, you tell it the specific task. And last, and this is so important, you set the rules, the constraints. Tell it the tone, the word count, the style you want. And this example just makes it so clear. On the left, you've got the simple prompt. Write an email for a day off. What you'll get back is going to be generic and probably pretty bad. But look at the right. We gave it a persona, context, a clear task, and constraints. The email you get from that prompt is going to be specific, effective, and 1,000 times better. It's a night and day difference. Which brings us to the most important question of all. Now that you have the tools and you have the formula, how are you going to build your future with them? Let's talk about the real opportunities this opens up. Honestly, the opportunities here are massive, especially if you focus on small and medium-sized businesses that are just starving for this stuff. I mean, think about it. You could build an AI-powered lead generation service for local businesses, Or create custom voice agents that handle customer service calls. You could become a consultant who goes into companies and automates all their boring internal tasks. The trick is to find a problem and build a solution for it. And this all points to this really cool new business model that's popping up: service as a software. Now, the key here is that it's not about replacing all the humans. It's about using a smart AI layer to do, say, 90% of the heavy lifting. That then frees up a small team of human experts to handle only the most complex, high-value stuff. You get way better results for a much lower cost.
So here's the bottom line. The old rules are gone, the old career playbooks are being shredded. The idea of a safe job just doesn't exist anymore. The disruption is absolutely real, but the opportunity it's creating, it's even bigger. So the only question left to ask is, what are you going to build?